This is the Louie T Network.
Louie T Live. Who else could it be? Me. Your me. Louie T. Welcome to winners and losers. Week 15 edition. It's a rough week last week for a lot of you guys. And for the good guy, Louie T as well. I told y'all last week was going to be an upset week. I told you that. Now, I didn't exactly get all the right upsets, but I could see it coming. Could I see the Bears destroying the Bengals at home? No. Didn't see that one coming. Neither did you. Did I see the Jets getting blanked over in Denver? No. Neither did you. But that's why I was in upset week. Browns pissed me off. Again. What's new? They should have won. Buccaneers, for the second straight week, pissed me off. They should have won. Ravens could have made a lot of you happy. There were some Raven picks in there that were really shrewd. And they pissed you off. I'm sorry about that. I needed that one, though. So I don't feel bad for you, but I feel bad because you made a great pick and they didn't come through for you. Much like me with the Browns. It happens. The Patriots got everybody. But I was excited the Patriots got. Because I knew there were a lot of you out there banking on the Patriots to get you to double digits. And I was like, nah, you don't deserve double digits. Patriots take that L so they don't get to go to the winner's circle. They need to take a trip to Losersville with me. So I drug a few of y'all down who thought you were going to get to 10 with the Patriots win. Nope. No, you don't. Come on. Come on. Vikings lost to the Panthers. Not as big of an upset, but an upset nonetheless. Some of you thought Seattle was going to beat Jacksonville. Don't know why, but okay, cool. So it was a rough one. But another big upset, Cardinals getting the Titans. I told you the Titans weren't right and that they were going to lose. I guaranteed you that. Some of you listened, others didn't. I can lead you guys to water. Can't make you drink. But speaking of drinking, it was a rough one for us, right? Look what I've got. It's one of those nights. And by the way some of these numbers looked on these picks, you could use a drink too. So kick back, relax. It's going to be one of those nights. And let's enjoy the show. So I can tell you this much. Somebody made a power move in the picks this week in the standings. Somebody made a power move. We don't call him the quiet assassin for nothing. In any event, if you haven't already done so, subscribe to the Louie T Network for more great content in 2017 and beyond. Changing the game. I want you to help us do that by simply hitting that subscribe button and becoming a member of the Louie T Network. I've got a number of social media platforms that will keep you abreast of what's going on here on the channel. They're right there on that screen. And the links are all down below in the description of this and every single video that I do. Also down in the description is how you can donate to the channel via Patreon or PayPal. Those two links that you see in front of you are the links to help donate to the Louie T Network. That being said, let's get to some wins and losses, shall we? And while we make that transition, I think I'll pour my first glass of wine of the night. One of probably multiple glasses of wine because not a lot of you won this week. And neither did I. So with that being said, let's start the evening off right with a sip. the first of many to come on this night as we get to some winners. Let's talk about the winners. Not everybody lost this week, man. And I don't want to make it seem as if that's the case, because there were some people who actually made some outstanding picks, and this was a week that it's pretty easy to get got. And you had to be special to get into the winner circle this week, man. This was an exclusive company here. All right. All the reservations were booked, and you really had to know somebody that could pull some strings for you to get you in to the establishment this week, man. And so a lot of us need to step our game up. We don't know high enough people in high enough places. So first things first, my man Carmen Rana in Tucktown AZ88. Got a funny story about Tucktown before we get to my man Carmen Rana. Tucktown said with his picks, he said, I don't know if I'll even be, I don't know if I'll be even out of the winner's circle. He said, I might be out of the country with these picks. So he knew it was a tough week. And he said, I don't know if I'll be out of the winner's circle and just going to Losersville. I might be out of the country with these picks. So he thought that like a 6-10 was possible, and it was. But he was 11-5. So he found a way to navigate the trash and get into the winner's circle, man. So salute. But my man Carmen Rana, he's the star of the show. As you can see, that crown is on his head for a reason. The silent assassin has struck again. And I told you, I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm going to be honest with you. If I were in a pool for money, a season-long pool for money, that's the guy that I would be worried about. Right there. I wouldn't be worried about any of you other guys. He's the guy that I would be worried about. Because I told you, doesn't matter. He might drop a 8-8, a 7-9, a 6-10. But more often than not, for every boo-boo, there's about 5 strong weeks from Carmen Rana. Now, every now and again, he's going to mix in a funkster. And there's one, and everybody's going to drop a funkster on you every now and again, right? But for every one of his funksters, there's 5 baddies, man. 5 bad ones. Well, you just like, and bad meaning, not bad meaning bad, but bad meaning good. 5 weeks where you're like, damn, he killed it. This is one of those weeks. 11-5 in a week where not many of us were able to find the winner circle. That's a hell of a mark, man. There were so many upsets. This reminded me of like week 6 or 7. There was like a 2 or 3 week stretch there where upsets were running rampant and everybody was feeling the effects of it. But this is a little different. See, when we felt the effects of those upsets earlier in the season, teams were on buys. So you only had 13 games. So if you messed around and you got 4 wrong messing around with some of these upsets, boom, you were out of the winner circle just like that. 16 is different. Because even if you go on the wrong side of a few upsets, you can overcome that and still get to 10. But there were so many upsets, so many games that went in a direction that you didn't expect in week 14, that even on a full 16-game slate, Cat still couldn't get double digits. So 11-5 on a week where there was about 7 upsets and then another 3 games that could have went any way that we pretty much split on. Half of you got it right, half of us got it wrong. 11-5, man, is where it's at. And Carmen Rana made up some serious ground. Some cats that have been riding high of late, boy, they struggled in week number 14. And it's funny because when I pulled up in Losersville, I looked in the parking lot. I was like, hey, what's going on, B.E.? Hey, Andrew Kim, AK, what's good, bud? I saw everybody I know. I was like, yo, Eduardo, what's good? I saw everybody, man. All the heavy hitters was in the parking lot at the Losersville, man. I was like, this is crazy. Everybody's staying at the Losersville Inn. Everybody. Yo, Sendeco, what's good, bro? Everybody. So I'm looking around and I'm like, damn, where's Carmen Rana at? He's the only heavy hitter not here. His ass is over there in the damn winner's circle, man. It's crazy. Silent assassin. Hey, BE, watch your step. You got company. You got company. 10-6. PD Pablo, RJ West, Torre. I don't respect PD Pablo because I think PD Pablo skipped out on me one of these past few weeks. I want to say it was last week, to be honest with you, but let me check before I put my foot in my mouth. But I think PD Pablo skipped a week on me. So it wasn't last week. It might have been the week before last. It was one of those weeks I wasn't here. And he just decided, well, Lou ain't here. F it. I ain't sending in no picks. Let's go back to week 13. Let's check that out. Week 12. Let's go to week 12. Yeah, nope, he's here for week 12. It might be week 11 then. If it ain't week 11, then I'll put my foot in my mouth then. Let me see. PD Pablo. There it is. He didn't give me any picks in week 11, so I ain't gonna kill him. That's like 3-4 weeks ago. But anyway, 10-6. I can't knock the hustle on any of you dudes, man. RJ West, I told you he found the compass, is working. He's got his navigation going, and he knows exactly where he's going. And Torre, he found a way to navigate. Even though his boys should have let him down. He should have got 9 wins this week. The Packers were supposed to lose. They were supposed to let him down, and they were supposed to drop him out of double digits. But they came through for him in the clutch, got him to double digits, and it was a nice week for him, man. RJ West, PD Pablo, and Torre, man. Salute to the good life, man. I'll be back. We'll be back. Most of us will be back next week, man. Hold it down. Keep it warm for us. We'll be back, but I got to give it up to y'all, man, because this was a tough week. I honestly thought there were going to be like 2 or 3 people that got double digits, and y'all were able to find a way to get in there at 10-6. And when I looked at the picks, I said, was it really that hard to get to 10? Or were we just special? No, it was pretty tough to get to 10, okay? You had to, because it was so easy to get 6 wrong. So easy to get 6 wrong. You could have gotten 4 or 5 wrong in just the 1 o'clock games, and half of you got the Thursday night game wrong with the Saints. So it was, I mean, really, you could have easily went to 4 o'clock already having 4 or 5 losses. It was nothing. And then in the 4 o'clock hour, you probably took another 2 or 3 L's because you had another toss-up with the Eagles and the Rams. That could have went anyway. Jags and Seahawks, that could go in any direction. Nobody, for the most part, and there was probably about 10 or 15 of us that had the Cardinals, but for the most part, everybody thought the Titans were going to go there and win. So there were losses to be had at the 4 o'clock hour. Then the Steelers scared the hell out of us, but they pulled it out. And then Monday night, everybody, I mean not one single person picked the Dolphins. Not even Enrique. So it was easy to get 6 losses like that. And then it was easy to get 7 or 8. So to go 10-6, that's a beautiful week by you guys, man. Dilly dilly to all the winners. But let's go where the party really is at this week. Let's go to Losersville. We in the parking lot. We deep. What up, Big John? I see everybody. All the heavy hitters are in Losersville. At the Losersville Inn, man. I see them all. BK Soldier. I thought I told ya. They all here, man. So, let's start the party, shall we? 9-7. Almost, but it doesn't count. Almost doesn't count. Almost doesn't count. Sean Mack. Sean Mack. All the cats is here. It's a Mac attack. See what we got. Big John, MJ, Smoking J, Young Mel's, Squints, Mr. TNA, new entry, Hamza Muhammad, and the Mister. So we got a number of cats who, if the Patriots had just won, they would have been over there partying in the winner's circle. But I had to yank them down. Oh, no, you don't. Bring your ass over here. Don't you try to go to the winner's circle. It's booked, okay? Exclusive, company only. You don't get to get in this week. Come on down here with us, man. Plenty of space in the Losersville Inn. Number of rooms available. Hey, come on down here where you belong. So I had to drag all of y'all down. Y'all tried to run. Ain't no running from this, man. Come take this L. And MJ, I got to say, that's a good week for you because I told you I'm lumping you in with Travis B, J Cam Man. Those are the three guys that you're competing with. And with this 9-7, I want to say you've leapfrogged them by getting this 9-7. So that's big for you. Now you got a little bit. You got a lead, a 1-game lead on Travis B, if I'm not mistaken. And I think a 2-game, maybe 2 or 3 game cushion, maybe even 4 on J Cam Man. Hey, you got what you need. Now you got to run with it. For Big John, this is what I expect out of Big John. Never too far away from where he needs to be. Just missed out on double digits. Smoking Jay, just a little bit of a relapse. It's not major, okay? We can get you back on track, but just a little bit of a relapse, but you're good. It's okay. Young Mello, what I tell you, man, when you get to the gym on time, you get a couple of shots up, it's always better for you. Now, you still didn't win, all right? Missed a couple of free throws late. So that means you need to get to the gym early next week again. And I expect you to be able to find a way to go 8 for 8 from the stripe, and 3 or 5 from the arc, and get the dub next week. You were close. Got to make those free throws. Squints, you bastard. I'm coming for your ass though. Don't worry. Still coming for you. You're still on the list. You had a chance to separate this week. You didn't take advantage. And I'm upset at myself. I had a chance to make up some serious ground, man. But Redskins didn't get it done. Got their ass whooped, as a matter of fact. Probably should have picked the Chargers. I was tripping. But the ones that really hurt were the Browns, the Giants, and the Bucks. Every single one of those games were well within reach. The Bucks lost on a last-second field goal. The Browns are the Browns. They lost in overtime after being up 14 in the fourth quarter. Bastards. And they gave up a punt return with a minute left. What are you doing? Don't do that. Gosh. And the Giants, they were 10-10 with the Cowboys with 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter, driving for points. And Sterling Shepard drops the goddamn football on third down, and they punt, and then they get their ass whooped in the fourth quarter. Bastards. Can't ask garbage teams to do nothing. If you don't learn anything else, learn this. Don't ask a garbage team to do nothing for you. Mr. TNA, he's been really good since coming on board, and last week was an aberration. He was pretty pedestrian last week. But 9-7, still not good enough, but it was better. He had 9-7 last week. This 9-7 looks a lot better than the 9-7 from last week. So I expect him to be in double digits next week. Hamza Muhammad, first time on board, and I'm going to tell you what. You didn't win, but this isn't the worst debut ever. Better late than never, first and foremost. Welcome. Second of all, somebody else made a debut, and boy, was it ugly. So, Hamza, dilly-dilly. Welcome to the show. Welcome aboard. 9-7? Not bad. Not bad at all. Not in a week like this. Not bad at all. In the midst of, you of all people, I'm surprised. You were supposed to be 7-9, 6-10 this week. I'm shocked that you got 9-7. You were a Patriots win away from being double digits in a week where it was tough to get double digits. Wow. That was surprising. But in typical Mr. fashion, you found your way to Losersville. Like you're supposed to. I digress, though. Go to the 8-8 Cats, man. And boy, we deep. We are deep. J. Cam, man. Vegeta's Dark Side. Eduardo, what's good, bro? FBG Tony. Mark Vaughn. So J. Cam, man, you fell another game behind MJ. Going 8-8, he went 9-7. So you got a little bit of ground to make up. You got 3 weeks to make up about a 3 or 4 game deficit there. I'm putting the onus on you, man. Go get him. You got a shot. This was a great week to make up ground. If you were struggling, this was the week to do it. You missed an opportunity. Vegeta's Dark Side, same can be said for you. You've been doing great of late. 12-4. I think 2 out of the last 3 weeks. And then week 14 caught up with your ass. And so you had to take this 8-8 split. Happens to the best of us. See if you bounce back next week. Eduardo. I'm surprised that you didn't go 9-7, 10-6. You've been so good this year. And with your Lions winning, I'm surprised. Quite surprised, actually. Thought you would be. I was actually excited to see that you went 8-8 because I thought I dropped the ball. At 8-8. You know, I told you, I thought that this was going to be an epic week for me. And I'm going to explain that when I get to me. But 8-8, I fell right in the middle. And I said, hey, I probably blew it. All those guys that I had on my hit list to catch, I probably blew it. And then when I looked at some of the picks that I got right, I said, I got to hope that they went in the opposite direction. And some of y'all did. And you were one of those people on my hit list. And fortunate enough for me, I didn't make up any ground on you. But you didn't smoke me either. So I feel good about that. I'm upset about Squints, though. Squints said I was going to go 6-10 with my picks last week. I started, you don't think I didn't see that, Squints. I see everything. I heard your jokes, okay? I heard your jokes. Oh, Louie going 6-10 with them picks. I made it to 8-8, man. I should have been 10-6. Maybe even 11-5. But if candy and nuts were ifs and buts, oh, what a wonderful world it would be. I think I said that backwards. Blame it on the wine, man. Off we go. FBG Tony told me last week. He said, hey, bro, I'm back. Double digits, 3 out of the last 4 weeks. What happened, Tones? It's all good, though, Tones. I looked down and you parked 2 cars away from me at the Losersville Inn, man. It's all good. Don't worry about it. Mark Vaughn, you have been good of late, man. You were starting to pick like Superman. Not this week. Just wasn't in the cards. As we move on to the next slew of 8-8ers, Travis B, Ricky Lemmeyer, Money Miz, Jazzy E, Jaleel. My man Travis B, you fell behind by 1 to MJ. So you got some ground to make up now. You only down 1 game. With 3 weeks to go, plenty of time. That's a fascinating race between you, J. Cam, Man, and MJ. And in my mind, I probably shouldn't say this out loud, but in my mind, I put my money on you, Travis B. And I still got my money on you. But I said if Travis B doesn't get it done, then MJ was going to get it done. But you guys were neck and neck. I struggled with that, but I said Travis B seems to have the edge in my mind for whatever reason. I don't know. But MJ came through in the clutch at 9-7 in week 14. We're going to see who does what next week. Next week is a pivotal week. It's a really pivotal week because week 17, you can throw the records out the window. You don't know who's resting guys, who's playing, for how long. Week 17 is anybody's guess. You don't want to go into week 17 needing anything. So this is a big one here. So we'll see what happens in week 15. Ricky Lemmeyer. It was a rough week for Rick, man. He went 8-8. His Eagles won. But damn, they lost. They won the battle. But they may have lost the war. To be continued. We'll see. But it was a bittersweet win over the weekend for Ricky Lemmeyer and the rest of the Eagles fans out there like Cloud and those guys. So my condolences go out to Ricky Lemmeyer and the rest of the Eagles fans, man. That's rough. That's really rough. Moneyman's 14 says, oh, man, Louie T trying to go 6-10. Let me show him how it's done and let me go catch him. Let me go hawk him down. Oh, really? So 8-8's going to do that, huh? I don't even see your car in the parking lot. Did you walk here? Did you walk? Did you ride a bike? I don't even see your car in the parking lot, Moneymans. How'd you get here? I mean, you're here. I see you. I'm looking right at you. But how'd you get here? I don't see your car. Everybody else drove here. How'd you get here? Hey, you better tighten up. If you're going to catch me, you ain't going to catch me on a bike, and you damn sure ain't going to catch me walking. At this point, you might need a spaceship to catch me, man. Good luck, though. You're going to need it. I got my eyes set on getting in the top 5, top 6. I think I want to get to 6. 6 is my goal. I think I might be too late to the party to get into the top 5, but I want to get to number 6. That's where I'm eyeing. Where I'm going, you can't come. You my boy, though, but you can't come. You keep on knocking, but you can't come in. You can't come in, man. Jazzy E. You made some good picks this week, man. Just like I did last week. Unfortunately, them damn picks ain't come through for you, man. Yours was one of the more unique sheets because, let me look at it real quick. Let me make sure I'm not confusing you with somebody else. But your sheet was one of the unique sheets. I think you won like the first 5 or 6 games. No, it was somebody else. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You won the first 5 out of 7 games, and then you got nasty with the losses at the end. Nonetheless, it was a solid week, 8-8. I ain't gonna kill you. I ain't gonna kill you for that. It was a rough week on everybody. Same with Jaleel. I had a powwow with Jaleel about a month ago. He's been pretty solid. He's been up and down, but for the most part, he's been pretty good. So, a little bit of a setback for Jaleel, but again, it's a tough week, man. And remember, tough times don't last. Tough people do. Okay? Tough picks don't last. Tough prognosticators do. Okay? Anytime I stutter, mispronounce a word, any of that, y'all know what it is already. Okay? Just a forewarning. Just so you know. All right. Let's get to the last bit of these 8 winners. Kevin! J. Moo. Sean Mack. Return of the Mac. Oh, yeah. Return of the Mac. Disco Jump Rope. And yours truly. Kevin. He actually has been good of late. Every time I look up, Kevin's got 12 or 11. Last week, Kevin had 11. Week before that, Kevin had 13. So, like I said, Kevin's been lighting it up of late. So, this was a anomaly for Kevin. Again, I'm not gonna beat him up. It was rough on everybody. He wasn't able to avoid the trap. Every hallway's got some crack in it. Don't get trapped in it. Unfortunately, Kevin and a lot of us got trapped in that hallway, and we weren't able to avoid the crack that was in it. J Moo, boy, you were bad last week. And not bad meaning good. Bad meaning bad. You were bad last week, man. I think you might have got the piss cup last week. Yeah, you were 8-8 last week. Guess what you did this week? Guess. You went 8-8 again. Hey, look, man. I'm going to just chalk it up to a bad year for you. I kept waiting and waiting. I kept looking at my watch. Damn, when is J Moo coming? And finally, Tone said, hey, bruh, realize he's not coming. It's just me and you. I said, you sure? I'm going to give him another 15 minutes. He said, look, the store closes in an hour. Do you really want to wait another 15 minutes? I looked at my watch one last time. I said, nah, you right. We got to go, man. J Moo ain't coming. And good thing we didn't wait, because he never showed. Another 8-8 week for J Moo, man. Sean Mack. That's my boy. But he ain't been right since the accident, man. This 8-8 stuff. See, this was the type of week that Sean Mack was supposed to rise above the noise. At worst, he was supposed to go 9-7. But this was the week Sean Mack was supposed to rise above the noise. Everybody loud, talking, making a whole bunch of nonsense. Not making a bunch of sense. Everybody's complaining about this team and that team. And Sean Mack's over in the corner quiet, putting up 11-5, 10-6. That's what I thought was going to happen. But that ain't what happened. He's struggling. Sean Mack's struggling right now. It's all good, though. Because his struggling and a lot of your struggling aren't the same struggling. His struggling is 8-8. Your struggling is 6-10. It's a vastly different struggling. Okay? But I expect, see, this is the difference. Like a coach who's hard on a player that he expects more of, I expect more of Sean Mack. So 8-8 for me, from him, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't add up. Damaged ribs, all of that good stuff. I expect better from Sean Mack. So I'm going to need you to be better. Simple as that. Hold you to a higher standard. Need you to be better. Disco jump rope, this is right about where you belong. You're an 8-8 cat. You're a 500 guy if I've ever seen one. So this is exactly, matter of fact, you got a permanent parking spot here at the Losersville Inn. Nobody can park in your spot. It actually is painted blue and it says reserved for disco jump rope. Half of the line is blue, the other half of the line is red. Nobody parks in your spot, ever. So, you're not a surprise. Then you get the little old me, Louie T. Really disappointed. I am, because this was, I think I might have spoiled and foiled and wasted a golden opportunity, maybe my last, to really make a power move on a lot of the cats that I wanted to catch. I'm not giving up yet. I'm down about 4. I'm back like 4 games from the 6th spot. So I can make up that ground, but this was the week to do it. Damn it, man. Browns, you bastards. Bucks, you stinking bastards. Knew I couldn't count on the damn Giants. Don't you ever trust a family member. Never, ever trust a goddamn family member, especially when they ass is 2-10. That's what I get. Asking a damn 2-10 team that you don't even like, that's in a damn division, to do you a favor. You deserve an L. Damn, 8-8. I told you last week, when I went 10-6, I said last week was indicative of my year making picks. Because last week I made some incredible picks. And I've done that all year for the most part. There have been a couple of weeks where I said to myself when I went back and I looked, I said, what the hell were you thinking? There were a couple of weeks in there. One week I think I went like 6-9 or something like that, something crazy like that. And I looked at my sheet and I said, what the hell were you thinking, dude? There are a couple of weeks in there like that. I think I've had 2 of those this year. Well, I just said, damn, everybody went double digits and you went 9-7. How the hell did you manage to do that? What were you thinking? You thought that was a good idea? To pick them? You need to wash your face. Get your mind right. But for the most part, I look at my sheet and I said, how the hell wasn't this 13 wins? I don't understand. And then I go watch the game. And you know what's worse? The worst part, and some of y'all will never understand because you don't watch all the games, but the worst part isn't seeing the team lose down on the scroll at the bottom of the screen as you're watching another game. No, that's not the worst part. It's not the worst part at all. The worst part is when you go back and you actually watch the game and you see how that team that you picked, that you put your confidence in to circle their name on your goddamn sheet, when you see how they threw the goddamn game away, that, my friends, is the most frustrating part about making smart-ass picks. Because when I watched the Buccaneers turn it over 4 times, 3 times in the first half, I wanted to strangle somebody. Like, you bastard, what are you doing? You moving the ball up and down the field on these clouds. Stop turning it over. Cleveland, don't give up a punt return with 1:03 left. Don't do that. Don't give up a 70-yard punt return down to the 15-yard line. Don't do that. They had no more timeouts remaining. And they had Brett Hundley at quarterback. Don't do that. Damn. Sterling Shepard, don't drop the football on 3rd and 6 for a gain of 12. Don't do that. I expect that from Tavares King. Not you. Jesus. That's what's frustrating. And I know some of y'all are saying, well, Baltimore, that you picked Baltimore. I didn't pick Baltimore. But you say, Baltimore, just run the ball on 3rd down and you win. Don't throw away an 11-point lead. You dominated. You're right. You're right. And that's the tough part. That's the tough part to swallow. When you go 8-8 and you know you're looking at an 11-5, 10-6 sheet. And all the cats that went 10-6, you looking at their picks and you saying you should have been 8-8. I should have been 10-6. That's not how it works. And I'm not here to cry over spilt milk, man. I didn't get it done. So I'm in the parking lot next to Eduardo. Tones is 2 spots down. I'm looking at Money Miz. I don't even know how he got here, but he's here at the Losersville Inn. Sean Matt, way down on the other end. He's too embarrassed to even get out of the damn car. That's fine. I get it. I understand. No shame. We all here. All the heavy hitters are here, except for Carmen Rana. All the heavy hitters are here. Don't be ashamed. You can get out of the vehicle. Let's get to 7-9, man. At least we didn't go below the Mendoza line. If you want to take solace in something, I don't give a damn. It's all losing to me. B.E. You losing bastard, you. 7-9. Every time my Cardinals win, I don't go double digits. But they won last week, and I got double digits. Well, you didn't get it this week. Matter of fact, you didn't even get over the Mendoza line. You better be careful. You don't F around and let Carmen take that damn lead from your ass. All that shit you've been talking, you better back it up. You got 3 weeks to reassume the lead. You work too hard. You've come too far to let somebody come and steal your glory. But I'm going to tell you what. You keep talking shit and making shit picks, and you're going to be in the shit house when it's all said and done. So you better stop talking trash, stop showing your ass, and make picks with class. Or else, those who throw stones better not live in a house made of glass. Talking to your ass, B.E. 7-9. Okay? 7-9. That's trash, is what that is. Pick that shit up, put it in the goddamn garbage. That's trash. AK, come on, bro. You better than that. And you know what? I'm really disappointed in you. You know why? Because you had a chance. You were right there with BE's ass. He went 7-9. At worst, you should have said, all right, I'm going to at least make up a game on him and go 8-8. Possibly go 7-9 and make up 2 games. No, you're going to go 7-9 right along with his ass. Shame. Shame. And I know you're saying, my goddamn Ravens let me down. I understand. I get it. They should have came through for you. That's a 2-game swing. Because BE, I'm pretty sure, picked the Steelers. You would have had the Ravens. That's another loss for him and a win for you. That would have put you at 9-7. Or excuse me, 8-8. And that would have put him at 6-10. So it's a 2-game swing. I get it. No excuses, though. None. Make better picks. You may have blown your golden opportunity to catch him. And if, you know what? It may not be him that you need to worry about. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. BK Soldier. I thought I told you. I didn't tell you to go 7-9. But, again, you're another one of them cats. I don't quite know where you are. I think you're in the top 10. If not, you're right behind me. Either way, either I gained a game on you or you went a game further behind me. Either way, that's good for me. I'm being selfish right now. And I can't help it. So, your Jags won. That's good. But you didn't. That's also good. For me. Louie T. Brown shoe. I told you I'm going to catch your ass. I'm going to catch your ass. Weeks like this are going to help me. I'm upset because I didn't capitalize. 7-9. I only gained a game on you. I only gained 1 game on you. But it's a game nonetheless. Slow progress is better than no progress. Slow money beats no money any day. So I will take the 1 game that I gained on you. You've got more stinkers coming your way. You've got more stinkers coming your way. You're going to finish up the season the way that I thought you were going to perform throughout the season. You're going to stink down the stretch. And I'm going to take full advantage. I'm going to pass you and several others on my way to the top 7. Get out of my way. B. Sully, you've been hot of late. This was just a, hey, let's cool his ass down moment. So, let me, before I say that, let me check and make sure. 11-5 last week. Week before that, 12-4. The week before that, 9-5. And I think that it might be a gap in there, but you've been hot of late. This was just a, hey, cool his ass off a little bit. All right, this is you taking a heat check. You made like 3 threes in a row on 3 straight possessions. So now we pass you the ball at half court, and you took a shot from about 28 feet away from the basket and you bricked it. This was a heat check. It's cool. I'm not gonna kill you for going 7-9. But you need to bounce back next week. Kanye the God. It's all good, man. You got a problem of spinning before you get it. It's all good, though, man. You told me one time, I'll predict 10 wins and I'll do it again because I want to go to 106 and Park pushing the bins. You want to act all ballerific like it's all terrific. I know you got a problem spinning before you get it. I can tell because you went 7-9. Don't worry. I know you went to Jacob with 15,000 and you'll do it again. Because you just went 7-9. It's all good, though. Don't worry. Ginger Callum went 7-9, too. And you know what the bad part about Ginger Callum 7-9? He didn't even pick his own team. And it's not like his team is the Cleveland Browns or his team is the Indianapolis Colts or he's a fan of the Houston Texans or he's a Giants fan. Nope. He's just a fan of the 11-2 Pittsburgh Steelers, and he didn't even pick his own team at home on Sunday night. He didn't even pick his own team in the Ryan Shazier game. How dare you? Shame! You deserve to go 7-9. If for no other reason than not picking your own boys, to not have enough confidence that you're going to sweep your division, your most hated rivals on Sunday Night Football at the crib for Ryan Shazier. Take an L. Matter of fact, take 9 for that. Shame. Leo Cease. I think you've been pretty good of late. You have ceased to make bad picks of late. But just in case the wine is talking to me, let's take a look, shall we? You were 12-4 last week. The week prior to that, you were 13-3. So the wine was not talking. In fact, you've been pretty strong. So again, not going to kill you for that. You've been actually really good. Probably the last 6 or 7 weeks, you might have had one dud in there. You've been really strong. So 7-9, you were probably due for a stinkster. Okay? So I'm not going to kill you for that. So don't worry. Just be better next week. That's all the advice I have for you. Cloud. Man. I'm going to raise the cup for you, man. Pit of misery for you. 7-9. You lose Carson Wentz. Pit of misery. Dilly-dilly, everybody else. It's all good, man. At least you still got Nicholas Foles, right? We'll see. But 7-9, it's what I kind of expect from you anyway. No disrespect. But normally when somebody says no disrespect, every word that comes after that is disrespect. But no disrespect. Next, Brother Sharp. Joseph R. Sharp. This is my guy. Hey, Joe, what up? That's my guy, Joe. Joe told me that his wife was like, hey, why do you watch that in the morning? What are you doing? He's watching the show as he's getting up for work, getting ready. I can appreciate that, man. While he's getting dressed and getting ready for that nice long day at the office, he's got the winners and losers program on, man. I can respect that. Even against his wife's wishes. So, I can appreciate that. And I told you, that's my boy, man. Joe's my guy. Me and Joe been through the struggle together this year, man. When Joe has been low, I've been right there next to him. When Joe's been high, I ain't got as high. Remember, Joe went 13-0 one week. I ain't been as high as Joe been. But we been high together, man. We been high together, man. Joe go 11-4. I'm right there with him, like, hey, Joe, this is great, isn't it? Joe, like, he over there 2 couches away, like, yo, this is the life. That's my guy. But I don't get down below the Mendoza line, though. And Joe knows that. We got to understand it. We're friends as long as we establish some boundaries, man. I don't go down that low, Joe. You know that. I don't do 7-9s. 8-8 is as low as I go with 16. And I'm really disappointed in that. But in any event, Joe's in the parking lot with everybody else. It's all good. He's staying in Louisville in with all of us, so it's all good. Let's continue on. Hawk! Just when we thought Hawk was back, and I think Hawk he might have went 9-5 last week, though. 9-6 or 7 last week. Hold on. Nah, Hawk went 11-5, but we thought Hawk was back. Not exactly. You remember the old Hertz commercials? You're renting from Hertz, right? Not exactly. They are going to pick us up, right? Not exactly. We get to pick our own car? Not exactly. Hawk's back? You thought Hawk was back. You did, didn't you? But if you did...
Wrong!
Oh, it's not bad. Not exactly. It's all good, though. Tell you what, though. Hawks, my boy. We all here. I told you all the heavy hitters are here. We all here. So you got nothing to hold your head down about, man. Only thing you should hold your head down about is the fact that you went below the Mendoza line. That's it. But again, 7-9, 8-8, 9-7, they all one and the same, really, when you think about it. No, they're not. I'm lying. I'm lying like shit. They're not all the same. I'd much rather be 8-8 than 7-9. Who's next? Oh, man. I crack myself up sometimes. Sin Co. Perfect way to end the 7-9ers. My guy, Sin Co. 7-9. And that's with the Panthers winning. What are you doing? Because most of us didn't get that one right. So you got a freebie. You know the thing that I hate, and I'm a victim of this too. Well, not victim. I'm a victim of this. I've done this. I did it this week, as a matter of fact. I can't stand when I get a family member game wrong. When I get family business wrong inside of my family, that frustrates me. Like, I thought I knew that the Giants were going to find a way with Eli coming back and getting the start, and they fired, Ben McAdoo, and they got rid of Jerry Reese, and there's going to be a new energy. They had their throwbacks on. They're going to find a way to get one for the old Kipper. Nope. I was wrong. And Sendeco thought Saints going to beat the Falcons. And he knows that family business very intimately. And he thought Saints are better than the Falcons. They're going to beat them. Nope. You were wrong. That sucks. It really does. But you know what else sucks? Your picks this week. Because you went 7-9. And again, 7-9, 8-8, 9-7. The margin between those picks is razor thin. But there's a difference. There's a margin nonetheless. And Sendeco? Wait, you don't get all in one syllable, all in one. Sendeco. When you go 7-9, Sendeco is what I call you. And you deserve that. You went 7-9. So, yeah. Sometimes you just gotta take a sip. As we go to 6-10, Pepe the YouTuber, man, he been struggling. The minute his Texans hit rock bottom, so did he. And it's crazy because he's still like in the top 15. And I don't know how. Because every week I feel like I look up, and I'm probably wrong. Let's go back a couple of weeks and I'm pretty sure he's been double digits, just like everybody else. 10-6, not great. I was 10-6 last week, not great. And then he was 13-3 a couple of weeks ago. So, what the hell am I talking about, right? He's been good. Just doesn't feel that way. Maybe because he keeps picking the goddamn Texans when I tell him, stop picking the Texans. Maybe that's why I keep feeling like he's not performing well. Because every time I look up, I said, I bet he picked the goddamn Texans. And I start marking off games, and I get to the Texans game, and sure enough, he picked the damn Texans. I could have told you he was going to lose to the damn 49ers. I couldn't tell you that Tyler Jonathan Yates was going to get in the game again. That I couldn't have predicted. But didn't matter. He came in and played better than goddamn Nacho Man Tommy Savage. So, in any event, still a loss. and an unnecessary one. But when you're 6-10, you had a lot of losses, and a lot of them had to be unnecessary. It's never an excuse to go 6-10. None. Atlas, you know what? I'm at the end of my rope with trying to save you. We changed names. We had an intervention. We had a conference. We've tried everything. It just doesn't work. You're hopeless. You're 6-10 again. This isn't as bad as 3-11, but you're 6-10. 16 games late, you're 6-10. What are you doing? I digress. I'm going to leave you alone. Let's get to the worst of the worst, the bottom of the barrel. Shall we? Let's get to the piss cuppers, 5-11. We've got 2 this week, not just 1. First up, a newcomer. Remember I talked about Hamza Muhammad and how, hey, look, 9-7, not shabby. Because we got a newcomer that struggled. And I told you, it's funny because people from afar, they look at what we're doing, they show up on one of the streams, and I could kill y'all in this. I would kill y'all. I could kill y'all in these picks. Y'all garbage. Sure, you're right. Okay, put your money where your mouth is, man. Put your picks where your mouth is. Shut up, make picks. This isn't one of the people that was doing that, but when you show up in week 15, it means you got to the party late, which is fine. Better late than never. I always say, still great, even late. Right? This was not great. It was late. And boy, this is not great. And I love this dude. This is my guy. But John Niner, woo-wee, he got baptized. And I told you, it's not easy. What we do, it's not easy. It is not easy. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. It is not easy doing what we do. We make picks every week. And whether they're good or bad, they're here. You know where to find them. It's not easy doing what we do. Some weeks we up, some weeks we down, but it's not easy. Don't let anybody lie to you and tell you that this is easy. Even the easy weeks aren't easy. You know why? You know who you can ask that will tell you not even the easy weeks are easy? You guessed it, Enrique Iglesias. Bailamos, let the rhythm take you over. Bailamos, te quiero, amamuyo. Bailamos, dance, Enrique, dance. Of course, a piss cup wouldn't be a piss cup without Enrique. He's back. Remember, he took a week off. He wasn't the worst last week. He said, hey, do you think I can get the yellow off my name? Hell no, you can't get the yellow off your name. He said, are you going to ban me? Nah, I ain't going to ban you, Enrique. I'm going to just let them piss on you. Piss on you. What Dave Chappelle say? Piss on you, pee on you, gonna pee on you. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hey, man, it's the wine. I swear it's the wine. Let's get to some comments, man. I cannot. Let's get some comments. All right. Let's get to some comments. All right. All right. Kevin says, this was a harder week than I expected. I tried to warn you guys. I tried last week when I told you, upset week. I'm calling it upset Sunday. Nobody listened to me. BK Soldier 2010 says, I made a change to the Redskins Chargers game. Did you get it? Yep, I got it. And you still went 7-9. It's all good. Nonetheless, Pepe the YouTuber says, taking a small trip to Losersville, I'll be back strong. Hey, a lot of us feel the same way. I'm sleeping at the Losersville Inn, and I got one night. You ever seen John Wick? You know how he comes in, he's like, how long will you be staying with us, Mr. Wick? He said, how long will you be staying at Losersville Inn, Mr. T? I said, just one night, man. Just, you know, I don't come often. But when I do, it's just for one night. One night. One night. Just one night. That's it. And I'm out. And before you even give me the wake-up call in the morning, I'm already gone. Bed's made. Bags packed. I'm going. Matter of fact, I didn't take a shower. I didn't even change clothes. The same clothes I came in is the same clothes I went to bed in. I woke up, pick up my bags, and I'm out the door. BE says, what a shitty week for me. 7 and 9. Damn. You know what? That sounds good coming out of your mouth. I'd like to hear you say that again next week. I would. I actually would. John Perez says, great Redskins talk show yesterday, Lou. I'd like to see you make another call-in show because I've got plenty more questions about the Skins. Hashtag hail to the Skins. Hey, man, I appreciate you calling in because you called in several times and you had great questions every time. And I really appreciate you calling in and everyone else chiming in. It was a great show, and we definitely do need to do it again. Eduardo O'Neill says, my goal at first was to just get into the top 10, but now all I want to do is be ahead of you. Good. I want you to want to be ahead of me because I want to be ahead of you, and I will be before the season's over with. Cloud says, we getting drunk, Louie back? Nah, he's gone, man. He's done. He's 6. I think he's 6 and 10 on the season. Never to be back again. It's all good, though. Cloud says, Carmen Rana shot BE out of the sky. Hey, look, man. Carmen Rana, I told you, the silent assassin. He don't say much. He just make picks. And damn good ones at that. BE says, when will we be back in, he says, we will be back in winners next week. Yeah, we will be. I don't think this is a tough week at all. I've looked at the picks. I've made my picks. There's some games in there that can trip you up, but there's not enough. Even if you slip up on 4 or 5 games, you should still be able to get to 10 and 6. Worst case scenario, I think. John Perez says, how the hell does everybody but a few people end up in Losersville? There must have been some god-awful picks. There was. No, but it wasn't even god-awful picks. There was a lot of upsets this week, John. Believe it or not. Reese says, sup, Lou. Enjoying the holiday season. Mine is going well. Love this time of the year. I'm off of work for the rest of the year. So, yes, and as a matter of fact, I am enjoying my holiday season. The reason I'm on time tonight, I didn't work today. See how much of a difference that makes? When I don't work, stuff happens on time like it's supposed to. Feels great. Eduardo says, this reminds me of last year's Christmas Eve. Why is that? I'm confused. Help me. BE says, I got that Cardinals game right. You did. You just didn't get a lot of other games right. Reese says, from what I'm hearing, ownership has already made the decision on Dort Cutter's job status. That tells me he's staying, unfortunately. If they were firing him, they would have already done so. That's not necessarily true. They could have already said, doesn't matter what he does. This has been a disappointing season. We went 9-7 last year. We expected 10-6 or better in the playoffs, and we have grossly underachieved. And even in the games that Jameis Winston got hurt and didn't play in, we won 2 of those games. So it's not even like Jameis's absence is the reason why we stunk this year. We've lost more games with Jameis than we did with Ryan Fitzpatrick. So they could have said, we'll just wait to the end of the season. Firing him now doesn't make any difference. We'll just wait to the end of the year and then we'll get rid of him. But you're probably right. He might keep his job. And for the sake of continuity, that'd be a good idea. But I tell you what, if him and Jameis are at an impasse, then maybe it is time for him to go. We'll see. Reese says, Lou, the Chargers may break some hearts down the stretch. They are white hot. Teams better watch out. No one wants to play them in the playoffs. They're going to lose this week. Carmen Rana. Look at this. We got a comment from Carmen Rana. Look at this. The silent assassin speaks. He said, I'm staying silent. We may not hear from him until the end of the season when he's hoisting the trophy at the end. That might be the next time we hear from Carmen Rana. What up, Carmen? Reese says, Lou, what do you think? What do you think could be a surprising coaching fire come Black Monday? I don't know if any would really surprise me. The only one, okay, I take that back. The only one that would surprise me would be if Jim Caldwell got fired in Detroit. He just got an extension, And I think they were thinking that this team was going to make the playoffs this year. And they were on a crash course early in the season when he got the extension. I think he got the extension after like week 5 or 6. You know what? It was after a Monday night game because I remember John Gruden saying on the telecast, he said, Jim Caldwell is a good coach and he deserves an extension. Right now, I don't know what the Lions are waiting on. And then they went and they whooped the Packers' ass without Aaron Rodgers. And again, it's the wine. Without Aaron Rodgers, they destroyed the Green Bay Packers. And he got an extension the next day. But then I heard that they've been struggling down the stretch. That his job wasn't necessarily safe. Again, those are rumors. There may be no validity to that. No substance to it. In any event, that would surprise me if he got fired. Pepe, the YouTuber, says, I should pick Jimmy G against the Titans. That's something you should think long and hard about. You just saw him this week. You should be able to know. You saw him this week, and you saw the Titans the week previous. So you know what's good with both of those teams. So you should know who you should go with. Eagle Speed says, where can I send you picks? To my YouTube discussion tab. So if you go to my YouTube channel, hit the discussion tab, my YouTube homepage, hit the discussion tab, you leave your picks there. Reese says, since you watch every game, can I ask you this, Lou? What have you thought of Chris Godwin's play? I think he's been really good. It's what I expected out of him. He's got really good hands, really good, strong hands. He catches even the contested balls he catches. And he was your leading receiver this week. Like, it's killing me that you got Deshaun Jackson and Mike Evans on your team, and Chris Godwin is leading your. And that's no disrespect to Chris Godwin, but he should not be leading your team in receiving in any given game. None. Not unless he's got a 82-yard catch for a touchdown. Should he be leading your team? He led your team with like 5 catches for 49 yards. That was the best you had last week. Ridiculous. Or 2 weeks ago. One or the other. John Perez says, how does Larry Fitzgerald continue to be so consistent at his age? Dude must be drinking the youth serum before every game. Hashtag first ballot Hall of Famer. There are a number of guys you could say that about, but Larry just keeps himself in phenomenal shape. He goes about the game the right way. You never, ever see Larry Fitzgerald take a vicious shot, ever. Seems like he's always in a good position to protect himself, and he just gets it done, man. And I can't remember a time where Larry's ever had a significant injury. He's probably had, every football player has nagging injuries. You know, hamstring, sprained ankle, you know, jammed finger, that kind of thing. But, you know, I've never heard Larry Fitzgerald miss, half of a season, a whole season with a torn ACL or anything of the sort. I mean, he's done a great job of staying healthy too. So I haven't seen him miss games due to a concussion, any of that stuff. He does a great job of taking care of his body. He's outstanding. One of the really good guys in the league, for sure. FBG Tony says, pick too much chalk this week. It's all good, though. I got to start spotting these upsets. I'm glad you said that because I was getting pissed off because you guys are being rewarded for picking chalk the last 3 weeks. I was going against the grain and I was paying for it, and you guys were being rewarded. Everybody went like 13-3 last week because you picked chalk, and I went against the grain and I went 10-6. And I was pissed off because I didn't pick chalk, and the games that I didn't pick that you did that weren't chalk, I should have won, but I didn't, and it really made me angry. So this week I felt somewhat vindicated, but not all the way because the picks that I picked didn't pan out for me. But I said it was an upset week. Nobody listened to me. It fell on deaf ears. Everybody went chalk again, and they paid for it. So that one brought a smile to my face. Slump says, how much the Chargers losing by this week? They're not losing by much. As a matter of fact, they might win the game. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't expect them to win. Hint, hint. But to me, they're the best team in that division. I just don't see them. If this game were in Los Angeles, I'd pick them to win. I just don't see them going to Kansas City and winning. But last year, they should have won in Kansas City. They were destroying the Chiefs week 1 in Kansas City and let the Chiefs roar all the way back and steal that game from them. They can go into Kansas City and win. That's not a problem for them. I just don't see them doing it. But since you asked, I'd say 4 points. They lose by 4 points. They need a touchdown late and they don't get it. BE says, I wonder if drunk Louie makes picks again. I don't think so. I think the person that did that last time isn't here anymore. We ran him off. The NFL ran him off because the picks were too tough. Squints one says, bring on them queefs. Bolt up. You get this one and you're going to win the division. Reese says, Aaron Rodgers is back, Lou. This may bode well. Yeah, he had surgery, but he wasn't getting beaten down every week. He's fresh. If they can sneak into the dance, the NFC is up for grabs. I don't see them getting in. It's a long shot. They gotta win the rest of their game. You know how tough their schedule is down the stretch? They got to win at Carolina first. Then they got to go home and beat Minnesota. And then they got to come home, or then they got to go on the road and beat Detroit. I don't see them doing all 3 of those. Ricky L says, it sure is bittersweet. Hashtag Wentz took, I also took Bucks, Ravens, and Pats. Hashtag screw those teams. Yeah, I get it. I'm with you 110%. I didn't take the Ravens, but I get it. I took the Bucks. I was glad the Pats lost. That one I didn't care about. I was more upset about the Giants, Bucks, and Browns. But I feel you. John Perez says, have you ever considered bringing your girl on the show? No, I haven't. I haven't considered bringing her on the show. She can talk a little football, though. She got a little bit of knowledge. She can do a little something. She can hold her own. But, no, I haven't considered. That one went down the wrong pipe. Oh. Whew. That means it's time to refill the glass. That's what that means. Disco Jump Rope says, I'm not staying down here. I'm getting at least 11 wins next week. Watch. Hey, man. I'm not one to predict what I'm going to do the following week. When you went 6-10, I think you went. Did you go 6-10? You went 8-8. Nah, you might go 11 wins next week. I think next week is a week where you can get 11. So I won't discount that. Ricky L says, damn, Luke convinced me to take the garbage-ass Giants. Look, man, I told y'all there were going to be upsets. The Giants, come on, Rick. You knew they were in that game. It was 10-10 with 10 minutes left. Third, they were at midfield. Eli throws a perfect slant to Sterling Shepard on 3rd down, and he drops it for a 1st down. Would have been in field goal range. Look, man, we can't make this stuff up, Rick. I'm sorry. I apologize for that one. But you in the family just like I'm in the family. And the only reason I could convince you the Giants were going to beat the 2-10 Giants were going to beat the 6-6 Cowboys is because you thought the Giants could beat them. And they were in that game. FBG Tony says, no 8-8 this week. Watch me double digits once again. I believe you. I believe you. Sean Mack says, ribs are healing and the fracture is healing nicely. I'm glad to hear that, man. I'm really glad to hear that. I'll be back to my normal self soon. I can go to the fire calls, but I can't go back inside yet. Be careful. All I ask is that you be careful. I don't care what you do. Whatever you do, do it carefully. That's all I ask. I don't want you re-aggravating anything. I don't want you coming up with any new injuries. I just want you to heal. So just take care of yourself. That's all I ask. Just take care of yourself. Sean Mack also says, my Browns should have won that damn game. Was surprised you picked them, though? Because I thought this was the week. I said Brett Hundley stinks. And he actually didn't play a bad game. I said he stinks. That Packers defense stinks. They can move the ball. They can stop that Packers offense. I didn't think you were going to give up any run yards. And you didn't for the most part. You didn't. You did what I thought you were going to do. You gave up a damn punt at the end. Special teams let you down. Stupid as hell. Reese says, Lou, I've heard from Bucs fans about this, but I'm interested to hear your opinion. What do you think the main problem with the Bucs is? Why can't we figure it out? I think the main problem with this team is coaching. I think it's coaching. Because you look at this football team, the way it's constructed, and how many times have me and you, both of us, said, Peyton Barber needs more touches. He needs more snaps. How long have we been saying that, Ree? How long have we been saying that? Just me and you. I don't know what everybody else is saying. How long have me and you been saying Peyton Barber needs more snaps? I can tell you I've been saying that since early in the season. It took a Doug Martin concussion to get him on the field. He balls out. And it took a Doug Martin fumble to get him back on the field. Again, that's coaching. You got two beast wide receivers, one in Deshaun Jackson, the other in Mike Evans. Now, part of the reason Deshaun Jackson is struggling is because Jameis Winston isn't hitting and connecting on the deep ball. Jackson has been open several times, and Winston just refuses to hit him. Now, and when I say hit him, he's throwing him the ball, he's just overshooting him by 3 yards. That being said, there are other ways to get Deshaun Jackson the football. Was that game that we just saw this past week the first time Deshaun Jackson's touched the football on a reverse or anything out of the backfield? Is that the first time? Because I can't remember him having a jet sweep or a reverse or a double reverse or anything of the sort. I can't remember him catching any wide receiver screens. I can't remember him catching too many slants. Again, just get the football in the hands of your playmakers. Mike Evans is a beast. In previous years, we had to beg Jameis Winston to stop throwing the football to Mike Evans. All of a sudden now, they're not calling plays, or at least Jameis isn't looking his way. I don't know. Maybe Dirk Cutter is calling plays for Mike Evans to get the football, and Jameis isn't looking his way. I don't know what the case is, but the defense has regressed. You don't have any pass rushers. That's not coaching. That's the fact that you just don't have any pass rushers. But if you know you don't have pass rushers, on 3rd and 9, are you going to just rush 4? I know you like running the Tampa 2, whatever. Are you going to just rush 4 when you know your 4 guys aren't going to get there? You're not going to hit home? Are you going to let the quarterback have 30 seconds to throw the football, or are you going to come after him? Or are you going to heat him up a little bit? I'm not saying. I'm just saying. Brent Grimes is playing out of his mind. I just like to see the coaching be better. Put guys on the field that deserve to be on the field and give guys opportunities to make plays that are playmakers. You win games in this league when your best players make plays. Simple as that. Pepe the YouTuber says, Browns go 0-16, a bold prediction. No, it's not a bold prediction. A lot of people feel that way. I don't think they're going 0-16. BE says, I'm not even unpacking my stuff because I'm going to the winner's circle next week. I think everybody's going to the winner's circle next week for the most part. BK Soldier 2010 says, I'm behind you by 4 games now for sure. Good. You need to stay there. John Perez says, which team has a better chance of going from worst to first next year? Hard to say. Got to see what improvements teams make in the offseason. I mean, look at Jacksonville. Their offseason, really, the last 3 years of drafting has helped put them in the position that they're in. But more importantly than that, the moves made in the offseason to go out and acquire Calais Campbell and A.J. Boye have really, and then drafting Leonard Fournette has changed the fortunes of this football team. Sprinkling a little D.D. Westbrook and Keelan Cole, and all of a sudden now, got yourself a first-place team in Jacksonville. Got to see how the offseason goes for a lot of these teams before we can start talking worst to first. Moving right along. FBG Tony says, Hawk and J Moo, let's ball out next week, bros. I told you it's too late for J Moo, man. Don't try to save him, man. Don't be Lieutenant Dang here. All right? Lieutenant Dang wanted to die with his men. Let J. Moo wander in the wilderness somewhere making these subpar picks. Don't try to go in there and save him. He don't want to be saved. Don't save him. He don't want to be saved. Don't save him. He don't want to be saved. Don't save J. Moo. Don't do it. Hawk, on the other hand, does want to be saved. If you want to go save somebody, go and get Hawk. Go get him. John Perez says, which free agent has a better chance of signing with the Redskins? That I don't know. Because I don't even know what the Redskins are targeting. I don't know what the Redskins are looking to do. The Kirk Cousins contractual situation will determine how much the Redskins have to spend in free agency. So it's really hard to say what the Redskins are going to look to do in free agency just because that's looming over their head. And we have no idea what the Redskins are thinking in terms of what they want to do with Kirk Cousins. Like I said, I told you way before the season started. Hell, I told you at the end of last year if we didn't re-sign Kirk that he was going to walk. And the minute we slapped the franchise tag on him, I told you it was over. I still feel the same way. He's not coming back. FBG Tony says, bro, you can do better than 8-8, fam. We both can do better. And we will. FBG Tony says, bro, where's the salsa piss cup guy? Oh, he's back. He's back with a vengeance. Cloud says, bailamos. Enrique, say it ain't so, bro. Say it ain't so. They want to see you fail just so they can hear your theme music, man. No, Enrique, you gotta shut them down, man. Shut them down. Shut them down. I shut them down. Shut them down, Enrique. Don't let them have the pleasure of hearing me say, bailamos, let the rhythm take you over, bailamos, te quiero, amo mío. Don't let them hear it. Shut them up. Win games. Not 5, like this week. That's not enough. Like 7, like you did last week. Come on, you can do it. FBG Tony. Let me see, hold on. Well, they skipped a whole bunch of comments. Let me go back up. See where we at. There we are. FBG Tony says, Enrique, not again. Stop getting pissed on. What's next? You're gonna get nah, we can't do that on this show. We can't do that on this show, Thomas. Hey, go ahead, man. Oh man. Sean Mack says you should just rename it to the Enrique. I might do that. I might change the piss cup to the Enrique cup. I might just do that, man. I mean, at this point, I mean, he's there just about every week. So maybe I should do that. You know what I mean? After Vince Lombardi won a few trophies, they said, you know what? Let's just name the trophy after him. Which I think we should name it the Belichick. But I guess because he cheated a couple of times, people will have a problem with that. So we'll leave it as the Lombardi trophy. Maybe we should change it to the Enrique Cup. FBG Tony says, there he is once again. Yay, piss cup champ. FBG Tony says, I like Enrique's theme song, bro. John Perez says, how in the hell did John Niner lose so badly? John Niner is my boy. I don't understand. He came in the first week, and it didn't go well for him. You know how that goes sometimes. Reese says, favorite stand-up comedians, Lou? My personal favorites are George Carlin and Chris Rock. I'm a Dave Chappelle guy. Dave Chappelle, Richard Pryor are among my favorites. Eddie Murphy was damn good too. So those are my top 3. But if you're talking modern day stand-up comedians, Dave Chappelle for me all day long. I go back and I watch Killing Them Softly. I watch it at least 4 times a year. every year. Killing them softly. If it shows up on, and it's on Netflix right now. I don't know if it's on Netflix. It might. I know it's on demand right now. I will go on demand and watch it. When it shows up on Netflix, I watch it like I've never seen it, and I know all the words. But I'll go back and I'll watch it anyway. Eagle Speed says, knew that the Dolphins would beat the Patriots. Any game that Pete Morelli officiates, whack stuff happens. Eagle at Patriots. 2 years ago, Pete Morelli officiated that game too. It's funny because a lot of people have official biases. It was funny. One team, it might have even been the Eagles. They started a petition to not have a specific referee do their games. It might have been Pete Morelli. I'm not sure. But, no, I really think it was the dude that called all the penalties, his officiating crew. I can't think of his name right now. I can see his damn face. But his crew is garbage. Anyway, Ricky L says, that R. Kelly piss on you had me dead back in the day. Hashtag Dave is a genius. That's my boy. Oh, I forgot. That's right. Overall standings. See? Blame that guy. I haven't shown you the overall standings. So, thank you for reminding me, Jaleel. Nobody else said anything. With that being said, let's take a look at the overall standings after 14 weeks of picking here on Winners and Losers. Dilly dilly. All right. I apologize for that, guys. I sincerely do. You were supposed to get that right after the winners and losers, and I dropped the ball on that one. So, my apologies. Thank you, Jaleel, for the reminder, because I damn sure forgot. John Perez says, Patriots versus Steelers is going to be a good one. Will it be a high-scoring game or a lot of defense? That one's going to be a high-scoring game. Neither one of those teams' defenses is really good right now. Steelers are getting a little bit of good news, though. Joe Hayden practiced today, which means most likely he's going to be back, which they could definitely, desperately use him back at the cornerback position. Sean Mack says, damn, you're off for the rest of the year. Have fun with your family. You know I will, for sure. Eagle Speed says, Eagles at Panthers, Eagles win. Eagles at Patriots, Eagles win. Patriots at Dolphins, Dolphins win. Eagles at Lions, Lions win. Hashtag Pete Morelli. The real Javier Brooks says, woo-ha! Okay. Don't know what that's for, but okay. BE says, after the season, you should do a live stream award show type thing for the top 3 winners and let them do call-ins. I got to do something. We'll see what we do. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. John Perez says, does your family and your girl get you a lot of Redskins gear for Christmas? Plus, do you own any Skins jerseys? No, I'm not a jersey guy. I try not to get too attached to the players because, like with Kirk Cousins, you never know when they're going to depart. I'm a fan of the Redskins. I don't really do jerseys because I feel like once a guy's gone, it's not cool to rock his jersey anymore unless he retires or something like that. And he will forever go down in Redskins lore as one of the greatest Redskins. Then it's cool, you know. It's cool to have a Chris Cooley jersey still. He was a really good tight end for us for a long time. And he didn't play for anybody else. He's synonymous with the Redskins. And so it's okay to still rock a Chris Cooley jersey. It's not really cool to still have a Robert Griffin III jersey. And a lot of people bought those. He was gone in 4 years. Like 5 years. Like, really? 4 years, I think it was? Like, that's why I don't buy jerseys for the most part. Brian Arakpo. I actually, the last jersey I received was an Arakpo jersey. Didn't ask for it. I just got it. Cool. He was gone the next year. So, that's why I don't do jerseys. Do I get a lot of Redskins stuff for Christmas? Probably. Normally I don't. No, I don't. But I have gotten some Redskin things in the past. But not really. B.E. says, hey, Louie, I hope your secondary is ready to be baptized by Larry Fitzgerald. Well, after what we just got from the Chargers, anything's possible. Because Williams got us. Keenan Allen got us. So we can get got. But the difference is they got Philly Rivers. You have Blaine Gabbert. You got Blaine Gabbert. Good luck with that. Now, we stink. Don't get it twisted. We stink. But so do you. The difference is you play great football at home. You're a different team at home. But when you pack your shit up and go on a road, you stink just like we stink. So it'll be a fun game between two funky ass teams. First to 20 wins. You scored 12 this week and you won. But I told you were going to win. So that didn't come as a surprise to me. John Perez says, I might join winners and losers next year, but my only fear is getting the piss cup. I know this, though. I'll always pick my Redskins to win, even if it's against the odds. Be careful with that, John. Be careful with that. That's how you get the piss cup. Picking your team when you know they're going to lose. Craig. Hey, Craig, I owe you a Mai Copa. I got some Christmas crow for you, man. Specifically for you. Because I called you out a couple weeks about your Chargers, and I said it's going to be a close game, and we might beat y'all, and Craig. Y'all bust our ass, man. You know how bad it was, Craig? I didn't even watch the fourth quarter of the game. I turned away and specifically started watching. Well, I was watching two games at once. I was watching our game, and I was watching the Eagles and the Rams. I turned away from our game midway through the third and turned that to Jaguars Seahawks. That's how bad it was. Y'all, you made us quit. We quit in that game. That game wasn't even fun to watch. So I owe you that. Y'all bust our ass. Let's see what Craig has to say. Craig says, so being that my Chargers worked your squad and probably are the hottest team in the league right now, are you willing to give us props yet? It's funny you say that. Because I still didn't pick y'all this week to win. I still didn't pick y'all to win this week. For some reason, you know what I think? And this is no disrespect to y'all. You know what I think is going to happen to y'all? I've made this analogy a million times. You've probably heard me say this a million times. You know how a team is down 18 in a basketball game with 4 minutes left? Seems like the game's over. And the other team makes a run cuts it to 4 before running out of gas and losing by 9. I feel like that's what you guys are going to do. You made this crazy run. You fell down by like 6 games in the division. You made this ridiculous run. You tied the game up at 6-6, now 7-7. And I feel like you're going to find a way to lose this division by a game or 2. You put in the work, though. And I've said this at least 20 times. You're the best team in the division. You deserve to go to the playoffs. You're the best team in that division. But the best team doesn't always win. Ask the 2007 Patriots. The best team doesn't always win. The best team doesn't always go to the playoffs. Doesn't always work that way. So, I don't think you guys are going to make it. I think you're going to run out of gas. But you're hot. Like you said, you're one of the hottest teams in the league right now. One of the hottest teams in the league right now. And winning streak-wise, you might be the absolute hottest because all the tough NFC teams that were on lengthy streaks, they've lost because they were playing tough teams. You, on the other hand, you haven't played anybody good since New England. I'm not demeaning what you've done, but it's facts. You've played bad teams and you've gotten fat off of bad teams. We'll see what you're made of this week on the road against Kansas City. That's for the division, really. You get swept by the Chiefs, you're done. Even though you're not done mathematically, you're done. So we'll see what happens. But it's a good football team in Los Angeles. That Chargers team is a good football team. Craig Smith says, Lou, under Anthony Lynn, this is a different Chargers squad. Philly Riv is balling, and we've stopped playing down to the level of our opponents. We'll see. We will see. I still think Anthony Lynn has some funk left in him. So we'll see. But, I'm always rooting for the brothers as head coaches. Always. I'm always rooting for the brothers that are head coaches to succeed. So, Anthony Lynn, I want him to win the division. I want him to take this Chargers team to the division. Because while he's faring well, another brother that got hired in that same division, he's struggling and may get fired at the end of the season. I was glad to see them win for the last 2 weeks. So, we'll see. Well, I was glad to see them win last week because they got their ass whooped by the Dolphins 2 weeks ago. I was glad to see them destroy the Jets because I'm trying to save his job. Got to keep the brothers employed. John Perez says, those damn Bengals are all kinds of messed up, especially after they lost to the Bears at home. Trubisky had a damn good game, though. Man, the running backs had a damn good game, too. Those Bengals, they were all kinds of messed up after that Steelers game. J. Cam Man says, had a heated debate with my best bro the other day about whether or not Robert Griffin III was a bust or not. Was that a real debate? What side of the debate were you on, J. Cam Man? I need to know. Because if you really think that that's a real question, and before I answer that, I need to know what side of the debate you were on. Craig Smith says, what do you think the Chiefs do that the Chargers can't stop? We have an elite pass rushing duo, one of the best corner tandems in the league, and an overall defense now in the top 5. They can run on you. They can run on you. And I think Travis Kelce can beat your defense. That's all they got. You stop those two things, and those two things, if they can run the football with any kind of success and work the middle of the field to Travis Kelce, you know what that's going to open up? You guessed it, Tyreek Hill. You remember, Reek got you the last time y'all played. They only scored 17. Reek blazed you early in that game. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. So we'll see. Reese says, D-Jax had one reverse in the preseason and had one screen against Arizona. Other than that, no creativity with him. My point exactly, Ree. My point exactly. See what we got. John Perez says, Vegeta's Dark Side says this could be a trap game for the Vikings next week, even though the Bengals were putrid against the Bears. Could it happen? What do you think? It's a trap game only if they let it be. They're at home. They're supposed to dominate. Go dominate. Don't let it be a trap game. It's only a trap game if they let it be. John Perez says, what do you think of the young gun Jonathan Allen before he went down with the foot injury? Dude can be a franchise defensive lineman for a long time. I agree. Thought he was playing really well. He had an impact. I think he needs to bulk up in the offseason, get bigger. I'm glad that this foot injury has healed up and that he's not going to be rehabbing in the offseason. I want to see him get bigger. I want to see him come back bigger and stronger next year. Cloud says, Enrique is a legend on this show. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. John Perez says, are you a Kevin Hart guy? Dude is funny as hell. Hashtag say it with your chest. I am a Kevin Hart guy. I would put him fourth after the guys that I named. Chappelle, one. Well, he's not the greatest. Richard Pryor, to me, is the single greatest stand-up comedian of all time. Then after him, I would probably put Eddie Murphy and then Dave Chappelle. Maybe, and you could reverse the two. Maybe Chappelle. I still think Killing Them Softly is one of the greatest pieces of stand-up comedy that you'll find anywhere. After Richard Pryor on Sunset Strip. So I guess it would go Pryor 1, Chappelle 2. I guess tied for 2 with Eddie Murphy. And then Kevin Hart comes afterwards. FBG Tony says, save Enrique from getting A-Town stomped out. Pissed and dabbed on by the NFL. Enrique is officially the Cleveland Browns of winners and losers. Oh, my goodness. FBG Tony says, 21st place for me. Damn, LOL. But still, a monster at picking these games. Yo, Lou knows it. I know it, but you haven't showed it. That's the problem. Through all the struggles, still had 7 double-digit weeks. J. Camman says, Drunk Louie isn't in last place anymore. He isn't. We'll see if John Niner comes back to get him get himself out of last place. But Drunk Louie, you're right, no longer in last place. Eagle Speed says, let me know how the officiating is for the Redskins game, Louie, because Pete Morelli is officiating a game. I will do that. I will do that. We'll see what happens. Vegeta's Dark Side says, my first jersey, Moss, then Bus Williamson, then AP and Bridgewater. Also have my own custom one. So let's see. The Moss jersey is fine, but he played for like 27 different teams. Williamson, that's a no-no. AP, he's gone, but he's a legend. It's not cool to wear his jersey right now because he plays for a different team, but once he retires, it's cool to bust out an AP jersey. And Bridgewater, that might have been a mistake. Sort of like guys buying a Robert Griffin III jersey. We'll see. He may not even end up with this team after the season's over with. We'll see. Craig Smith says, anything's possible. You talking like the Charger wide receivers are scrubs. Cut it out. I'm not disrespecting Tyrell Williams and Keenan Allen's a beast. He's one of the best receivers in the league. Tyrell Williams, to me, he's a one-trick pony. You know what I mean? Like, he can hit you deep. He's got tremendous speed. He's a strider. But him and my man from the Browns, they do the same thing. They both beat you vertically. Like, they don't kill you underneath. Travis Benjamin abhors contact. He'd rather run out of bounds and lose 3 yards than get hit. Your receivers are all right. They're all right. Keenan Allen is a beast. Keenan Allen is a stud. Hunter Henry's good too. But after that, John Perez says, should Eli go back to the Giants? Because if I was Eli, I'd tell the G-Men ownership to go to hell because they allowed McAdoo to bench me. That's just my opinion. Maybe the guys that benched him aren't there anymore. So maybe they were able to kind of save face by getting rid of the 2 guys that were responsible in Reese and McAdoo. And now maybe Eli feels like, okay, the guys that were responsible for that those shenanigans are gone. So we'll see. John Perez says, any chance we see the Chargers go back to San Diego next year? No. I wish they would. It's ridiculous, but no. I don't think they are going back. John Perez says, will Saquon Barkley drop in the first round or will he still end up? No, he's going in the top 5 picks. Everyone knows how good this guy is. There's no doubt in my mind he's a top 5 pick. I disagree with you, Sean Mack. Just saying. BE says, I have my picks ready to be sent, just thinking of a few games. And I saw picks from Drunk Louie. Someone here is lurking as him. Hey, go ahead, man. Craig Smith says, my eldest son jumped ship to the Saints, to the Skins after watching RG3 blaze them his rookie year. Told him no more bandwagon jumping after that. Guess who's regretting it now, LOL. Hey, man, you got to teach them up when they're young. That's what he get for bandwagoning. And I'm glad you put a stop to that. He deserves his fate. Now he's a Redskins fan. Good for him. He's trapped, he's stuck, and we suck. Good for him. Keep him that way, Craig. Sean Mack says, Drunk Lewis, hashtag funny as hell. I'm not drunk. I'm not drunk. John Perez says, what are your thoughts on the Chargers' Mike Williams so far? Really a disappointment. Injuries, though. I'm not going to kill him for that. He had an injury-riddled rookie season. There's not really much he can do about that. So, it is what it is. You look for him to have an offseason where he's healthy, he can train, get reps, and come back and be a weapon for Phillip Rivers next year. FBG Tony says, you like Tyrell Williams as a fit for the Redskins? I think he's a decent fit for us and would, with his ability to stretch the field. Him and Jarvis Landry would be amazing for us. I don't see the Redskins spending that kind of money at the receiver position. Again, Kirk's situation is going to determine what the Redskins are willing to spend in free agency. I wouldn't mind getting Jarvis Landry. I don't know if Tyrell Williams would offer us something that we lack, a deep threat, but I don't know if I want to do that again. I want a tough guy that can make the catches underneath. I want one of those guys, a chain mover. I mean, we need one of those guys, more so than a guy that can stretch the field. I prefer that, so we'll see what happens. Sean Mack says, Barkley is not a top 5 talent in all caps. He isn't even close to what Zeke was coming out. Zeke carries Dallas. Barkley can't carry a team. I disagree. If Trent Richardson can be a top 5 pick, if Leonard Fournette can be a top 5 pick, Saquon Barkley can be a top 5 pick. Sean Mack says, time for Skins to start over and rebuild. I don't know about start over. I don't know about rebuild. But it is time for us to start thinking about the future. Craig Smith says, I jumped on the stream late, bro. Where you going? It's about that time, Craig. You know what time it is. John Perez says, the fans that threw the Gatorade at Quentin Richardson were banned. It wasn't Quentin Richardson. They threw the Gatorade at Jefferson. At Jefferson. Has that ever happened to you on the field or in the... No, never. But Jesus Darkside says, do you think Redskins should have gave Pryor back to Cleveland instead of telling them they wanted him at the trade deadline? I thought we should have traded him. If the Browns were serious about trying to inquire about... I would have given him up for a hot ham and cheese sandwich that was cold. I don't need the bag of chips. I don't need the juice box. I would have taken a 6th round or 7th round conditional pick. Sean Mack says, T-Rich sucked ass, and I called that one too. You and me both. FBG Tony says, not Drunk Louie, but Buzz Louie T is dope. LOL. I agree with the chain moving thing, though. Both of those are facts. Craig Smith says, we developed Tyrell, so if you want him to get ready and get taxed the 2nd rounder, because he's definitely getting tendered. You did develop him, and I think that's homegrown talent that you shouldn't allow to walk away for nothing. So I I like him. I don't love Tyrell Williams, but I like him a lot. And I think he does do some good things. And if I'm a team that developed that talent from an undrafted guy to where he is now, I'm not letting him walk for nothing. In any event, that's going to do it for your man Louie T tonight. Thank y'all for joining me. Dilly. I'm on my last quarter of wine here. Going to finish this off. And I'll do so while you guys take a look at my Week 15 selections. Thank you for joining me on the program tonight. Look, everybody that's staying at the Losers Inn, the Losersville Inn tonight, next week, I'm gone. Going back to the winner's circle. You can join me if you like, or you cannot. That's your prerogative. You do what you want to do. I can't tell you. You're a grown-ass man or woman. Do what you want to do. I, on the other hand, deuces. I'm out. I got the same shit on. I'm going to sleep with the same shit on. I'm getting up. I'm picking up my bags, and I'm out. So you can either roll with me or not roll with me. It's all good. Either way. But in any event, I thank you guys for joining me tonight on the program. It's a lot of fun, as it always is. And we're coming down to the final stretch. 3 weeks left. You looking to make up ground like I am? Better start now. Run out of time. So, with that being said, I thank you guys for joining me on the program. If it happens in the National Football League, whether big or small, your man Louie T covers it all here on the Louie T Network. Come back and join me tomorrow night as we'll break down arguably the worst Thursday night game of the season, Broncos at Colts. Either way, I'm still going to watch. So, and again, you should too, because when this is done and we have no more football and you're going through football withdrawals, you're going to wish you watched Broncos at Colts. So go ahead and watch it now so you don't have any regrets when the season's over. That being said, here are my Week 15 winners. I will see you tomorrow for some, next week for others. Enjoy. See you next week. Send those picks in time. Enrique, Young Mello, I'm talking to you. Get them in on time. All right, Week 15 picks coming at you. I told you last week was an upset week. Didn't quite get all of the upsets that I was looking for, but nonetheless, it was exactly what I said it was going to be. This looks like a much easier week. Expect a lot of you to get back to double digits. Still going to be some tough ones in there, and maybe a couple that you didn't expect, but for the most part, I see most of you getting back to double digits, and that would include me. So let me give you these winners for Week 15. This is the first of 2 weekends straight that we'll have Saturday games, Weeks 15 and 16. And then Week 17, all the games will be played at 1 and 4 o'clock. And then we will be heading off to the postseason. So let's get to the Week 15 slate of games. We start on Thursday, the last Thursday night game of the season. Denver at Indianapolis. I'm going with the Colts. You go to Week 15's Saturday games. We have two back-to-back on NFL Network, the first of which, NFC North family business, Bears at Lions. I'm taking the Lions. You go to the nightcap of that doubleheader on Saturday. It's a big one in the AFC West division. This is pretty much for the division. You've got Chargers at Chiefs. I'm going with the home team. Chiefs are going to, after the epic collapse, remain atop that division and win the AFC West with the win here against the Chargers. You got Bills hosting the Dolphins as we get to the 1 o'clock action on Sunday in Week 15. This one is tough. I still don't know if Tyrod Taylor is coming back in this particular game. Nathan Peterman suffered a concussion. Is he going to be back? I don't know. Does it matter if Nathan Peterman plays? I mean, we don't know what he is yet anyway. The Dolphins usually struggle in Buffalo, and I'm not falling for the old Dolphins playing better, banana in the tailpipe trap. I don't know who's playing quarterback. As long as it's not Joe Webb, give me the Buffalo Bills. Green Bay at Carolina. The bad man's back. And you know what that means? Means I'm going with the Green Bay Packers. Baltimore at Cleveland. The Browns let me down again. If they're going to win, it'll be next week in Week 16 versus the Bears. I'll take the Ravens to get their first of 3 straight that they're going to win to finish the season and make the postseason at 10-6. Houston at Jacksonville. Jacksonville is playing arguably their best football of the season. I'll take the Jaguars at home. You go to Cincinnati at Minnesota. Finally, the Vikings are home, and they're not playing a tough, rough, and rugged NFC opponent for the first time in what seems like a month. They're at home, and they're against Cincinnati. The Bengals got their doors blown off by the Bears at the crib, nonetheless. Taking the Vikings, of course. Jets at Saints, taking the Saints. Eagles at Giants, despite no Carson Wentz, still taking the Philadelphia Eagles with Nicholas Foles at the helm. Cardinals at Redskins. This will be the last time I pick my fellas if they can't find a way to win. And if they get blown out again, I may not even pick them in Week 17 versus the Giants to finish off the season. But I'm going to do it once more. Give me the Skins to show some life, unless they want to get Jay Gruden fired. Show some life in this game at home versus a Cardinals team that struggles on the road. Rams at Seahawks. I've said it all season, and this is the moment I've been waiting for. I told you that the Seahawks weren't ready to turn this division over to the young upstart Rams. This is the week, if they're going to win the division, that they must win at home. Seattle, battle-tested, tried and true. They know what to do. Give me the Seahawks at the crib to win this division. Now, they don't win the division, much like Kansas City. A win and a sweep over the team that's closer to you in the division doesn't give you the division. You still got to go out and win the last 2 weeks of the season. Nonetheless, a win here will go a long way in winning the division if you are the Seattle Seahawks. Give me the Seahawks at home. The biggest game of Week 15, arguably the biggest game of the season to this point. Patriots at Steelers. Man, this is a tough one. My head says go with the Patriots, and usually your head is right. Your heart gets you in trouble. But my heart says pick the Steelers, and I'm going with my heart. Call me soft if you want to. My heart wins. I'm going with the Steelers. I probably am going to regret that. Every time I do this, I always say, never, ever doubt the B&B winning factory. And I'm probably going to say that next week this time because the Patriots are probably going to win this game. But I'm taking the Patriots, I'm taking the Steelers in any event. Tennessee at San Francisco. The Titans have been struggling. I told you on this very program they were struggling and that they were going to lose at Arizona. They're still struggling, and Mariota turned his ankle in the loss to the Cardinals. That being said, the story right now in San Francisco with Jimmy G is cute. It's great. I love it. But they're not winning 3 straight. This Titans team knows that they could easily fall out of the playoffs. Forget about the division. They could not make the postseason if they want to trip. This is not a game they can afford to lose. They'll find a way. Even if it's ugly, even if it's 13-9, they'll find a way to win. Give me the Titans on the road. Cowboys at Raiders on Sunday night. They should have flexed this garbage out of Sunday night. Shame on the NFL for being a whore and using the Cowboys as a ratings monster on Sunday Night Football. Get this shit out of here. We shouldn't be watching this garbage. They should have flexed something else. Seahawks and Rams would have did just fine. Okay, I know CBS isn't giving you the Patriots and the Steelers. They're not relinquishing that game. I get it. They're protecting that game as if it was their own life. I get it. But you telling me you couldn't have got Seahawks and Rams up off of Fox? Get this damn game out of here. Bastards. In any event, Cowboys should lose this game because they're not a good team right now, but they won't. They'll win because the Raiders are even worse. Give me the Cowboys on the road to finish off the last game without Zeke Elliott with a win. And finally, Monday Night Football, Falcons at Bucks. Falcons. The Bucks continuously let me down every week. I give them opportunities. They squander opportunities. Well, they won't get an opportunity this week. Give me the Falcons to polish those boys off and look to try to win the NFC South. Going to have to win all 4 of their remaining games. That started last week against the Saints. Number 2, Bucks. Saints again in week 16. And then finish up with Panthers We'll see if they can get it done. Got to get to the Bucs and beat them first before we can start talking about the Saints at the Superdome next week. But that's my Week 15 winners. To recap quickly, Colts, Lions, Chiefs, Bills, Packers, Ravens, Jags, Vikings, Saints, Eagles, Skins, Seahawks, Steelers, Titans, Cowboys, and Falcons. Those are my winners. Looking forward to going back to winner's circle, where I belong. I hated my stay at the Losersville. Don't plan on going back for the remainder of the season. So, all of you who made the trek to Losersville with me, I'm heading back to the winner's circle. Feel free to join me if you like. You can stay in Losersville. I won't be there. I'll see you next week. Have a good one.